Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim, or Kimberly Budgets here on YouTube, and today we are going to be budgeting my second paycheck of January. So if you want to see that, definitely keep watching. So before I jump into actually doing my budget, I wanted to make a quick shop announcement. My cash breakdown sticky notes are back in stock. Y'all sold me out of my last launch. So if you want to purchase these, you can head to the link down in the description below to my Etsy shop. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with looking at my bill calendar. This is the first step I take every single time I do a budget, just to reassess whether bills are necessary or if I want to address new bills, make sure my budgeting sheet is up to date with everything that's included. I get paid on the 28th. The only bill I have for the rest of January is YouTube TV. My brother's birthday is coming up as well. And then jumping into February, because my next paycheck is on February 11th, so I have to budget for bills until then. I also had Gold's Gym, but that has actually been canceled. Y'all know my issues with Planet Fitness. Well, I think Gold's Gym heard my wrath and actually emailed me telling me they were going to cancel my membership, so I don't have to pay that anymore. So now that we know what bills I have to pay, let's start on my budgeting worksheet. So if you want to use anything I'm using, again, it's going to be linked in the Etsy shop below. My paycheck date is January 28th, 2022. And my salary, where I start, is always with the income. I am making $2,265. Now, if you've been here since the beginning, you know my salary has always been $2,279. Why is it lower? Because this year I decided to start contributing to my 401k. So my work contributes 5%, no match required starting this year. I decided that I wanted to take advantage of that, and it motivated me to even just top that off a little bit more. So the reduction in my salary is due to that extra contribution that's coming out before the money hits my bank account. Now on to my priority savings and investments. I put this right here because I want to pay myself first. And so my emergency fund, if you've been here for a while, you know that's my number one goal, is to fund my emergency fund by the beginning of February. So it's getting its normal $627. For my future house, I am contributing my normal $80. For my brother, this is an investment account for my brother. This is just so he can get started on investing and start taking advantage of compound interest when he's young. So I contribute $50 per paycheck. And for my parents, I also contribute $50 per paycheck because they are getting a bit older, and I put money towards an investment account so I have money to take care of them when they are both retired and might need some extra help or resources. So that brings my savings total. That brings my total to $807. And now I'm going to total up what I have left over. The reason I do this per section is so I know how much I have to play with for the rest of my budget. And so that leaves $1,458 left over. Now on to my expenses. My expenses include everything from bills to actual spending envelopes. I keep this separate from sinking funds because sinking funds is just where I put my money to save it. Spending envelopes are actual variable expenses that I spend out of every single paycheck. So YouTube TV, that is $64.99. Spending is getting its normal $40. Groceries is getting $80. Entertainment is also getting $40. Eating out is also getting $40. Gas is getting 10. Miscellaneous is getting 200. So just to explain a little bit about what miscellaneous is, just want to be fully transparent. This is money that I put on hold for anybody in my family that needs it. My brother is in his early 20s. He's still trying to get grounded in his career. I put this $200 on hold just in case he needs help with a bill, needs a little bit extra spending money. That's primarily what this money is used for at this moment. He's working to be financially independent, but as when I was just getting my start early in my career in DC, I also needed financial support. And so sometimes being able to be that person that provides that support is really is just a way of paying that back. DoorDash is getting 40. DoorDash is, for those that don't know, any kind of food delivery I want to have in the 2-week period. Totaling that up, and if anything is left over from these cash envelopes, I either roll them into like a cash miscellaneous fund or put them towards my sinking funds. So my bills total is $514.99. Left over, we have $943.01. All right, so now on to sinking funds. So what I've started doing, I used to just go into sinking funds like mass chaos, whatever I wanted to contribute, I just did. But now since I'm trying to focus in more on saving and actually paying down debt, I put a limit of $300 that I'm willing to put towards my sinking funds per paycheck. That might change in the future, especially as maybe my income changes, but for right now, $300 per paycheck. For gifts, I'm taking a break from gifts after Christmas, so that's getting 0. Invisalign is going to get $50. Health is getting $30. Car maintenance is getting $85. If you're new here, I don't usually contribute that much to car maintenance, but I have property taxes due in the beginning of February, so I just want to have that cash ready. Beauty is getting $20. Or sorry, birthday comes first, and that is getting $35. This is the last paycheck before my brother's birthday, so just want to have a little bit extra there. Beauty is getting 20. Clothing is getting 10. Household is getting 5. Kimberly Budgets is getting 5. And personal is getting 20. Oh, my phone is getting 20 as well. And my self-care is getting 20. So let's add all of those numbers up. That adds up to $300. Left over, we're just taking the leftover from expenses minus the sinking fund total. So that will be $643.01. Now on to extra debt and savings. If you purchased my updated budgeting worksheet, this has been changed to savings challenges. So this is what I'm using for my savings challenge section. Month ahead is going to get $15. My goal for month ahead is $1,000, and I'm using a $1,000 savings challenge. This time I'm only going to fill in one $15 circle, so $15. Loan 2 is getting 60, and just to explain loan 2, or what I mean by that, I have 10 student loans. 9 of them are on forbearance. They are federal student loans. One of them is private, which I'm just paying the minimum of. And I split them all up into individual loans, and I'm saving saving per paycheck to reach the amount that I need to pay off. So 100 envelopes This one is my fun savings challenge because I can never predict what's going to happen. I use a random number generator to determine what number I'm going to be contributing. This time it was 28. So $28 is going into 100 envelopes, and hopefully when I get that done, it's going to go towards a house down payment. For extra emergency fund, that is anything that's left over after all my bills have been paid, my sinking funds have been funded, and my savings challenges have been saved for. What's left is going to my extra emergency fund. So let's see, I have 643 after my sinking funds, minus 60, minus 15, minus 28. And I have $540.01. I'm just gonna put 540. So $540 is going to go to my emergency fund as well. So my total in extra debt and savings is $643.01. And my leftover is 1 cent or just 0. So notice here, I am a zero-based budgeter. What that means is every dollar of income I get, I give it a job and I put it in a specific place. Now, I got the question a few videos ago about how I'm not scared of overdraft fees or leaving nothing in my account. And I just want to say, just because I'm a zero-based budgeter doesn't mean I leave flat out nothing in my account. I've tried that. I got punished with out of this world overdraft fees, and I will never make that mistake again. So about a year ago, I did my budgeting sheet, put my income in here, and then down here in expenses, I put bank account cushion and took out $300. So that left $300 in my bank account. For my next budget, I only ever budget income. So I budgeted income, and that did not include the $300 account cushion. Because since I only budget income, that $300 was not income during that budgeting period. So that $300 has been in that account for the past few years. So there is an account cushion. So it is possible to leave money in your account as a cushion and also be a zero-based budgeter. So that's what I do. Now we're going to highlight everything that I'm taking out in cash. And another question I got in my last video was why I budget $2,265 but only take some of it out in cash. And I can share why I do that. It's going to be different for everybody, but the reason I do that is because there are bills that come out during the month, and I don't have time to just be constantly running back and forth between my home and the bank. So my YouTube TV drafts out one day after my paycheck. So I'm not going to take it out and then go back and put it back in. For my house, brother, and parents accounts, that goes into an investment account that auto drafts out of my account. So I just go ahead and leave that in there and it drafts out. For miscellaneous and DoorDash, again, I just leave that in my account because I never know when someone is going to need money, or I need extra money, or I want to order food. Since DoorDash drafts out of your bank account, it doesn't really make sense for me to take it out and then go put it back in. So that's just what works best for me in my schedule. So my next step is filling out my cash breakdown. This is going to determine what kind of bills I'm going to ask for at the bank. So I'm just going to fill this out, enjoy the music, and then we'll come back for the very last step. So total we are taking out in cash is $17.52. So what I'm going to do now is take my cash breakdown slips and And this is the slip I take to the bank so the teller is able to give me the right quantity of bills. And every time I go to the bank, the teller is like, oh wow, thank you so much for doing this, because it makes their lives so much easier. They know exactly what I need and we don't have to go back and forth talking about what different bills I want. Because at my bank it's super busy and they just want to get us in and out the door as soon as possible. So what I do is take the slip and I put it here so it is ready to go for the next time I go to the bank. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully I didn't get too long-winded trying to explain and answer some of the questions in my last video. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you more than I can even express and more than you know. Yeah, if you liked anything I'm using, it'll be linked down below. And I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video for my cash stuffing. Thanks for watching. Bye.